Greetings, esteemed viewers. Today, we invite you to join us in another vegan cooking class with instructor Amy Mehta on Vegetarianism, the Noble Way of Living. A lifelong vegetarian, Amy specializes in teaching vegetarian dishes of multinational cuisines. She believes that cooking is an art and puts careful consideration into the small details of presentation, the colors of the food, the occasion, and the people who will eventually enjoy the dish. Amy calls herself a new wave vegetarian chef who brings a warm and homely feel to her cooking. Additionally, her recipes are unique in that they do not use any onion or garlic. Let's see what Amy has planned for us today in our two-part special.
Hi, good afternoon friends. Welcome to Amy's Veggie Heart. I'm into vegetarian cooking and I'm going to show you some wonderful starters today. So we are going to learn 4 items today, like Indian money bags, typically called Kachori in the Guju side, and Gujaratis call them Kachoris, and it comes from the state of Gujarat in India. We have Aloo Tikki, which generally would, yes, come from up north from the Delhi side, Punjab side, but we also have it in the Guju style. It's all different wherever we make it. Each one makes it to its own taste, its own palate, and we're going to try and do that today. And we also have samosas today, which is so famous everywhere. And we're going to learn 2 types of samosas today. One is a potato and green pea filling, and the other one is a little different, and it's called lentil samosas or moong dal samosas. So let's start and have a nice journey through the beautiful cooking class on starting the starters galore with us today. Yep, thank you.
Thank you.
So we'll start with the kachori first, that is the Indian money bags, right? Now for that we are going to use green peas, green chilies, grated ginger, coriander, mint, sesame seeds, the powder of 2 cloves and ½ inch of cinnamon stick, garam masala, sugar, lemon juice, asafoetida, oil and salt to taste. This is going to be the inside filling. For the stuffing we are going to using the food processor. We can crush the green chilies coarsely first. I have done the green peas coarsely. You can use any cooking oil. I generally use light soy oil. And I'm going to be putting this into it. Only reason to put it because the peas are half cooked. So we don't want that uncooked taste or any smell. So all that goes away. I'm going to add in some asafoetida. The reason to add asafoetida is so that you don't get gas in the stomach, it doesn't upset your stomach. And I'm going to put in some ginger also. And I'm going to put in some green chilies. If you do like garam masala, what is garam masala? It is a blend of all the spices like cloves, cinnamon, pepper and cardamom. You also can have nutmeg and star anise seeds. What we'll be using is, we'll only be using cloves and cinnamon. That's it. So I'll just be putting a pinch of that. The reason not to put salt from the beginning in this is also that it changes the color. The nice beautiful green you see, beautiful green. If you put it from the beginning, it becomes a bit dull and or more like a pale green. I'm also going to be putting in some sesame seeds. And now I know my thing is almost done. I'm going to put in my salt. It depends on how much you want, so I'm not going to write that quantity. this particular mixture. Either you can use it with this stuffing, or you can even make it as stuffed chapatis. You can put it in between two breads and have that just toasted on two sides and have that as ketchup for breakfast or on the go. Lemon also we'll add in. And I'm going to stir it up. Now let's add in the coriander. It's freshly cut coriander. So we'll just add in that. And for the taste aroma, we'll add in mint. It's chopped already, right? So this is one thing which is ready. Okay, now for the aloo tikki. Mash the potatoes, 3 boiled potatoes, 1 green chili finely chopped, half a piece grated ginger, mint leaves, coriander, breadcrumbs to put it inside, basically, oil for shallow frying and salt to taste. So we are going to first take the potatoes and mash them, and let us peel the potatoes. These potatoes are also boiled. We are not going to really deep fry them, but if you want to shallow fry, what I've done is when it was a bit warm, when I boiled it, I just put in some of cream of tartar. So I've used this cream of tartar. So the consistency remains the same. I'm going to mash them, and I'm going to mash them and not be very coarse about it. And I'm going to add in all the ingredients. Green chilies, salt, I'm going to put in ginger, mint leaves, coriander, and now I'm going to add in my breadcrumbs in this. The reason to add it so that it also remains crisp and it holds itself together. It doesn't become very oily or very soggy. Here is this mixture. It's not too coarse, it's not too fine, it's just right. You can still make it a bit smoother if you want. I'm going to take a little oil in the middle of my palms. Going to take it like that. I'm just going to make a small ball the size of a small lemon. I'm going to make a ball. Then I'm going to do it. I'm going to flatten it like that. That's it. And that's how we are going to proceed on with all. Make a ball first, and then in between your palms, just flatten it a little. That's it. And we'd like it all the same. You can even deep fry this. Also, it tastes excellent. And because we are too health conscious these days, we would rather shallow fry it into the oil. So for that, I have some breadcrumbs. I have some more inside. We can just take this and roll it a bit inside. I'll get the others done inside, and we'll proceed on with the next one in the meantime. Now let's do with the samosas. The second item, if you see, the dal and lentil filling. Okay. Now dal, you can use any dal. You can either use gram dal, or the yellow moong dal. So this is what happens after you soak it for 3 or 4 hours. It's only soaked, but I've not yet steamed it. You can steam it into the microwave, or do it in the cooker, but don't put the whistle. Right? And if you put it in the cooker, you don't need water. But if you put it into the microwave, you do need a little water because it's going to evaporate, and you don't want it shrunk and you don't want it hard. So I've kept a little bit of water, as you can see here. And I'm going to steam it up and come back to you. The next one is the samosa, a different variety, a different style altogether. And this is a potato and green pea filling. 2 potatoes cut in cubes, green peas boiled and or 1 green chili finely chopped, ginger grated, garam masala, coriander or mint, asafoetida, salt. And in this, wash and drain out the water from the potatoes, deep fry till golden brown. The reason for doing it in this way is because if you boil the potato and if you made it in the morning and you want to eat it in the evening, it may get spoiled sometimes. Not always, but if the weather is hot and humid, chances are it'll get spoiled by afternoon or early evening. So what you do to prevent that, another thing, you can cut them and then deep fry it. There's no water content, and that is the reason it will stay for a longer time as compared to the boiled potato samosas. So you fry it like this. Instead of adding lemon, what I have done is I have added a cream of tartar a bit. You don't need so much. Cream of tartar is quite sour by itself. A pinch is good enough. I'm going to take this bowl. I'm going to take some green peas. You can make it either with green peas and or without the green peas. Doesn't matter. You can use potatoes like this, green peas. If you want to make vegetable samosas, not a problem. Just add in some carrots. Cabbage will become too soggy. But if you add in carrots, if you just grate them a little bit or cut them very small and fine pieces, it'll even look very colorful, white, green and orange. So just add in some green peas. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to mash them. And I'm going to add in all the ingredients for this. Green chili, ginger, again we have a bit of garam masala in this. Garam masala is again the typical Indian spices which we have. Mint or coriander. Since we've been putting too much of mint and coriander together, in this let's just put mint, no coriander. And we're again going to put asafoetida in this, especially because they are potatoes and we don't want to have gas and or any stomach problems. And last but not the least, the salt goes in. You can even add in some sugar, but that's optional. So here let's try and add in some sugar. So it just makes it a bit different. Just to offset the little sourish taste and let it also be different from the other things which we have made. And I'm going to be mixing this. I'm just going to mash it with the hand. So you can imagine if I had an orange carrot, either grated or cut into fine pieces, how colorful it would look. Yes. And if you're going to consume this immediately, you can also put in grated coconut. But that is very optional. If you want, you can add in sesame seeds. Optional. Doesn't matter. So this is a filling for the potato and pea for the samosas.
Hello happy-hearted viewers. We're glad you could join us again in a vegan cooking class with instructor Amy Mehta on Vegetarianism, the Noble Way of Living. A lifelong vegetarian, Amy specialises in teaching vegetarian dishes of multinational cuisines. She believes that cooking is an art and puts careful consideration into the small details of presentation, the colours of the food, the occasion, and the people who will eventually enjoy the dish. Amy calls herself a new wave vegetarian chef, one who brings a warm and homely feel to her cooking. Additionally, her recipes are unique in that they do not use any onion or garlic. On the first part of our cooking show on Monday, Amy showed us how to create the fillings for popular Indian appetizers, Kachori or Indian money bags, Aloo Tikki and Samosas. Let's now learn how to wrap and turn them golden brown for serving.
Now we are going to do the covering for the samosas, the two types of samosas and the kachori. This is plain flour. And we need enough to cover for both. So I'm just going to be taking this. I'm going to put in a bit of salt. Salt is just a dash so that when you eat it plain, it doesn't taste bland or Just going to put a bit of oil. I'm going to put in some wheat flour, just a bit of that. Don't put in the water straight away. Because we have put the oil, let's mix all the flour together. Mix all the flour together. So the salt gets mixed properly. Before adding the thing, mix it well. That is important. What you can do is take this and just make a fist. My oil is just enough, but if you want more oil to make it more flaky and more crispier stuff, add in more oil. Don't need to add all the water together. We can do it slowly and steadily because we don't know how much water is going to go in how much. You can see this is a ready dough which I've just made, and I'm going to let it set for about at least 5 or 10 minutes so the water settles in, the salt gets well dissolved everywhere, and so does the oil. Now here is the dal which I have steamed. And for the dal filling or the lentil filling, it is the same even if you use a gram flour. What you're going to use is coriander, mint, finely chopped green chili, ginger, raw mango, garam masala and asafoetida. We're going to use coriander, mint, green chili, and I have some ginger, grated raw mango. I've grated the raw mango. If you do not have raw mango, you can use the dry mango powder, or you can use a bit of lemon. If you use a bit of lemon and if the mixture becomes a bit watery or a bit softer, just heat it up on the gas and let all the water evaporate. That should be fine. And in this I'm going to use two types of garam masalas. This is one which is more like pure one in the sense it's only powdered cloves and cinnamon is powdered, and I have one more which is here, which is cloves, cinnamon, pepper, a bit of nutmeg, a bit of star anise seed and other spices. And not to forget our asafoetida. And I'm going to mix up everything. You don't always have to stick to green. You can add red chili powder if you want. It's just a matter of taste. Whenever we do any filling and there's going to be an outer covering, always have a little bit more masalas or always have it a bit more spicy inside it. Why? For the simple reason, this is nice now, but you're going to have a covering on the top. So that's going to absorb half of your taste, some of your taste, your chilies will become less, your salt will become less, your sour taste, sugar if you put something is all going to become less. You need a bit more. Nothing exciting, it doesn't have to be overpowering because you need to have the taste of the green peas and the potatoes, which is excellent. You need to have the taste of the dal, which is very nice, but it has to be a bit more strong. With the coating, it doesn't taste bland and you can't eat it alone. This, you'll enjoy eating it hot, not only hot, but you'll enjoy eating it with a green chutney, but you can even enjoy it eating alone. So that's why you need the taste of the filling well done. Now we're going to do the filling of the two types of samosas. I have done the doughs, I have done the balls. You can see now how much it has been absorbed and how smooth it is now. So we're going to make them into small balls and all equal size. Take this, make it into a roll, pull out one. Now here, I've got two in my hand and I know, okay, they're both the same. This one is a bit smaller, and pick it up here and it's the same. So you have two together, you hold it, you know it's the same. And the other option is also just to make it same and you just stick to the same sizes in that way. I'm going to do the rolling. See, the other reason also I added wheat flour, so that because when I'm rolling it, it doesn't come back, it's being pulled back. So I can roll it in a better way. And I'm going to cut it in half. And I'm going to cut it in half. I'm going to hold it like this. And I'm going to press these two ends. I don't want any holes anywhere. If in doubt, you can take a little water, just push it in. Done. I made a nice cone with no holes at the bottom. And I'm going to take this mixture. I'm going to stuff it in so that it doesn't become very soggy or very soft, and you still feel there is inside. I'm going to close the edges. To confirm that this is closed, just dip your hand in water, put it onto the thumb and press it like that. Now there are two options. You can leave it like this, and or you have your fingers are already wet, right? Take a little water and push it. And it's done. I've held it like this. Not too sure, you can put the joints on your finger and then take some water and work over there. Right? It's sealed. I'm going to hold it. Also, when we are doing this, I'm going to ensure that that divided part, the cut part, is either facing me or in the front and is in the center. I want the cut part in the center. I don't want it lopsided. I'm again going to take this and I'm going to stuff it in. And I'm going to it's done. And again I'm going to, does it look nice? That's it. We'll proceed on with all the others remaining like this for this, and the same thing goes for the dal also. Remember the first Indian money bag one? Let me show you that. We're going to make small balls. We use the same flour, not a problem. Yeah. If you can't roll, you're having trouble rolling, you feel it's too hard or if it's too soft, don't worry. You can just take in some oil. Okay, I made small rounds. I'm going to hold it in my palm like this, and I'm going to take a spoonful and put it inside. I'm going to push it in, and I need to keep my hands clean for this, and I'm going to put it in the center, gather it up, and keep pressing and getting it together. You can have different shapes in this, whatever shape, however way you want it. I'm going to push it inside, and I'm going to leave some place on the outside from the center. The other way you can also do the same thing is just leave it like that, and like we did in the samosa, press this. So you have two varieties of the same type, right? It's the same filling, doesn't matter. You can even use this design or this style for the samosas. Okay, now we are going to do it with a lentil samosa. And in this, we don't want the chapati to be very thick. Neither do we want it very thin where when I fry it, it's going to be a problem with me. So I'm going to do it like that. And I'm going to cut it in half. Right, and my cut comes in the middle, my divider, and I can keep it like this. It's also nice. These are the pea and potato samosas, and I'm also kept a few, and I'm not sealed up the edges with the curls, the curly curls, as we have done it with this. So you can see the difference at when the end product is there. And I'm going to do it. Doing this on a very fast gas is also not worth it, because then it's going to be brown and not cooked, and we don't want that. It's nice to keep stirring so it gets brown evenly. Take it out so all the oil is done. Not that you will have so much oil either. That was the pea and the potato samosa. Now we are going to do the money bags. All this doesn't have to be on very high gas, medium to high. Nice and crisp. And these are the lentil samosas which we have. Right? Is it a nice golden color? I'm going to do the aloo tikki now. That is these ones which we have done. So I'm going to put in some oil first. And we can do this a little bit earlier on the fast gas and then do it. The reason to put on this and then roll it up in breadcrumbs is simple, so that it remains crisp for a longer time. And if there's any moisture, it will be absorbed by this and it will be taken care of by itself. Okay, let's not fill up the whole place, because then there won't be place for us to do easy turning and around. So is one item, if you can make it today and you want to eat it tomorrow, it's not a problem. You can use the same filling even to make a burger patty. It's very similar to that, because the ingredients are the same, everything is the same. You just add in, as a burger, lettuce, cucumber and tomatoes. So we can use this, the same aloo tikki, we can have aloo tikki burgers. And these are all the starters, and they are one of those evergreen starters. You can never go wrong. And it's any time of the year, be it summer, winter, and of course it's fun in the monsoons. You can see the color also of the white, and when you have it, you can have the taste of the potatoes and the coriander. You can have the fragrance and everything of that also. We are done now, and now we're going to enjoy this outside. We've worked, now let's enjoy this for the high tea. Come, thank you.